Hello and welcome to another week of ICE content here for you today. We're starting off with some Valorant. I am Heltic and I am joined by Dutch Source. How are you tonight?
I am excited. I'm a little nervous. This is all new for me. Though I'm glad to be joined by you, Heltic. The professional between us. Yeah, it should be a cracker of a game. I heard that the ranks don't really reflect the teams, even though we have some immortals on the side of UCC. So some skill is definitely gonna be seen today.
Yeah, just as Dutch was touching on there, our match tonight is NCI Panthers versus UCC Rebels. We have players in the lobby. We're just waiting for some ready ups, and we will be hopping in very shortly. But just while we're waiting for that, we have for you the map picks and bans, which were done just before the stream began. So we have NCI starting off the bans with they banned Split, then UCC banned Haven, NCI picked Bind, leaving UCC with Ascent as their pick. Then of course UCC got to pick first, so they went for attack on Bind, and then NCI picked defense starting on Ascent. So our two maps tonight are Bind or Ascent, with UCC starting on attack on Bind and NCI starting defense on Ascent.
Yeah, for you it's like coming back into a warm bath because it's the same two maps as last week, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully we do get some variation in the gameplay though, because it's always going to be interesting to see if the games end up being close. Interestingly enough as well, it is NCI's first game. They got a bye last week, so let's see how they stack up against UCC, who went 2-0 last week, so nothing to sniff at all. As, yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup. We don't really know what to expect from NCI, considering that it is going to be that first game that we're going to be seeing for them. But just quickly looking at the ranks, we see 2 immortals, some platinum, some golds, and a silver. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a good game, and hopefully a close one as well.
Yeah, of course. Last week we had Bind and Ascent as well, with the first map being picked up by, I believe it was UCD, who picked up map 1 and who won that series 2-0. I'm not entirely sure if my memory is correct, but the first map on Ascent was picked up 16-1, or sorry, 13-1. Which is which you would and then you would think that's how that series was gonna go, but then they came back on Bind and made it, I think, to 13-7 or something, or 13-6. So you never know with Valorant being such a new game and the team's not really playing the game in a tournament setting. As you said before, the ranks really not showing off everyone's skill just yet, because everyone's still kind of settling into it as it is a new game. We're having all of the players ready up now, so we will be clicking start on the server. We just have to wait for the character pick and ban phase to end before we get our spectator cams up and running, as Valorant does not have a spectator screen for the pick and ban phase. Or sorry, the character selection screen.
Hoping everyone bought their sunglasses today, because it's a lot of bright white right in front of us. But we do see it's going to be Bind again on that first map, UCC on attack. And I'm actually really curious, because we're going to see UCC on attack twice in a row, which does mean that we could look towards both of these maps and see why they would choose to go for a more attacking route, right? To go forward, to be basically a more pushing team. Compared to NCI, who decide to be more defensive. So it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic kind of plays out throughout this series. And also, of course, the agent picks are going to be reflected by that. Are we going to see something a bit slower with the Sova and the Omen, or is it just going to be pushing, Jet, or even the I forgot her name, Reina. Thank you very much. Perfect. Just about into game.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the characters to end. Game 1, we're loading in. We have our cams up and running. We are starting off map 1 on Bind here. UCC versus NCI, with UCC starting on the attacking side. First we'll start, Bucko start just setting up, getting ready to go.
Yes.
And it is indeed that Reyna, you know, on the attacking side. So let's see if we're gonna see some quick aggression up, but it does at least get smoked off. But they're just pushing through it immediately with a smoke as well, trying to find off anyone that they can find. Just finding a turret though as Milk, taking a fair bit of a turret damage and walking away. Ian, however, finds that first kill.
Finds a second on Irla as well. Linny Boy gonna pick up one back onto Ian, but Fat Nose is gonna find one onto Linny Boy, bringing it back to a 2v4. Now we're gonna have to see whether they decide to commit to this here, or whether they decide to rotate off. They still have spikes, so they do have a little bit of time and options going their way, but Milk is gonna find one kill onto... Milk is gonna find 3 to bring his team back into this round, leaving it all down to Bucko here, who needs to go big, finding 2 kills and a defuse. As bomb will go down, he lands the first shot onto Milk. And he finds the second onto Nero. Nero to get that clutch, and now all he has to do is defuse. Almost a very big round there from Milk, getting those 3 kills to bring back that 2v4 to a 1v2, but Bucko was just ready for it, and he just managed to catch Milk off, not looking his direction, gets that easy kill onto him, and then all he has to do is fight Nero to secure the round.
Yeah, Bucko is staying actually really cool, calm, and collected, you know, not rushing in, just waiting his time, finding those headshots. It looked very dire for the side of clutches it out in the end for the 2v1 kill and make sure that his team goes off with a running start.
As you map 2 will or round 2, sorry, we'll have to see whether they decide to go for a different approach this time on the attacking side, whether they seem to be kind of pushing in from the B side this time. So they may go for a B push here. And let's see who decides to enter when the bullets start flying. Who's gonna be pushing in here? We're gonna see Milk just barely miss. I believe that was Luke. He sees Bucko, but doesn't manage to get the spray down. Now it's all.
Oh no, that was a bit unfortunate, and that means that it's gonna be UCC just taking over this side completely. A bit of a misspray. They had a lot of information, but they also realized that we're gonna be pushed in from all directions, which makes it hard to, you know, get that complete defense going. However, we've seen crazier things as it's gonna be NCI trying to retake this 4v2. They are looking for it with their subs. See if they can get someone. Actually immediately get spotted by Milk. A bit of help of the recon darts. Tilt actually finds someone on the side, but now they should know exactly where he's gonna go from. And it's gonna be a bit dire. Actually doesn't get picked up just yet, and finally it's gonna be Yale. Making sure that it's gonna be an even out early game.
Yeah, great round there to pick up right after that first round loss. Just get onto a bomb site, just clear it out just straight away, and just get that bomb down. Make it a 2v, I think it was a 2v4 or 2v3, and just make it very hard for the defending side to just retake that site. Very good showing from UCC there.
Yeah, also a bit of unfortunate time from Kloop, who was, you know, peeking towards Hookah, but as soon as he walked away, they were pushing forward, so they were maybe even impatience almost to go through this. Immediate spot towards the mid side, but no entry frags just yet.
Ian has decided to fall back here. Just let them push down short. Like, let his teammates start to push in. The flash is going to go out, but he's not going to find anything. Bomb is starting to get planted. 2 will push in, and 3 players from NCI will fall. It's all down to Gloob and Bucko. Gloob is going to get spotted out by the Sova drone. And Reach Shock is going to come in. He's going to fall. It's all down to Bucko in a 1v5, but with only a pistol, he's not going to be able to do much, and Milk's going to pick up that headshot to seal the round.
So, I was talking a little bit about, you know, the aggressiveness that you want to show in attack. If you can really overrun the defense in a quick and fast the bomb side, and clearly that's what UCC has been showing right now. They have been finding both angles to just push forward, get the entry frags, and then all of a sudden it's just 2-3 people dying and then taking over the bomb plant, and it's very, very hard after the fact for NCI to retake the side.
We're going to see them go back to where they won their first round. We're going to see the B-bomb site once again. Just Bucko and I believe it's, yeah, Bucko and Gloob holding it once again. The Tremor's gonna come out and it's gonna hit him. But Gloob is gonna find one onto Yell to start off the round, bring it to a 4v5. No, back down to a 4v4. But Bucko's ready and waiting for one more kill. Can he find the second? But no, Milk is ready. Watching that angle, knows that there could be a player sitting in elbow. And now it's down to a 3v3. Ian is gonna might find a kill here on De Niro, but he's gonna find the headshot. This retake is starting to go their way. But can NCI find the kills and the defuse?
And so needs to be careful that Emperor has been activated by Milk. Can be very dangerous as soon as you get that one entity effect. That's a nice wall actually to try and get the defuse going. It's not gonna be stopped. It's gonna go all the way. Yes, it will. The wall stops any further advances from happening. What a beautiful defuse from NCI.
Not only that, they did survive with one player still standing on that killjoy. So they still had, you know, a little bit of cash. So that's a round that they definitely needed to win. You know, I'm not sure if they, oh sorry, they did buy up last round, so they really needed to win that round to back up their buy. And now they're not sitting too well on cash right now, but it's definitely starting to turn their way if they could just string a few rounds together.
Definitely will be, and even though, you know, cash in this game, it's a bit weird because you keep your utility even if you die, so it could always swing back around. Doesn't matter too much if you play it smart enough. See, as Laney Boy and Milk gonna be looking for the opening. They do manage to get it, but Milk already going fairly low from that opening duel. Trying to find anything more with the smoke, I think. Make sure that they're not gonna really be pushing this. Oh. Laney Boy actually going back on the side, but immediately gets spotted by Glue. Good patience by him, making sure that he goes all the way. However, it immediately gets traded, so we're still looking at a 3v3. Maybe at a 2v3. That's, the retake actually from UCC is absolutely perfect. Finding everyone that they need to fight a 1v3 scenario just for Bucko. Did it before, but can he do it again?
He drops his gun and doesn't actually manage to pick it back up. The flash is going to come out and he decides to peek anyway. This isn't really a fight Bucko needs to take. I would recommend that he saves his gun here. They're not looking too well on cash, so they either try to go this round and win it, or you know, secure the cash, or he saves the gun and hopes to pick up a few kills with it next round. But he seems to be pushing it anyway. I don't know whether he's just looking for a few frags or he's going for the retake. But he finds two, so the retake is definitely in the cards. He uses his ult and has enough time to get the defuse. Bucko, but can he get it? It's gonna be close, and he manages to clutch it.
God!
You forget. I always.
Bucko, what the hell was that?
That is definitely going in the ice clips of the week. Bucko with a 3v1 retake clutch with basically a second left on the clock on the defuse.
It is like clutches like these that genuinely do give me the goosebumps, man. It was so close. It was unbelievable. I did not expect him to get it, but here we are. Bucko showing up twice already in just these 5 rounds, making sure that the losing situation doesn't end up losing them anything at all. In fact, they get a winning round. And man, that's the clutch factor you love to see in these games, that you want to see in these games, and that can make a difference. And clearly, Bucko is on point. The Stunter Fury gonna be popped with this take as well.
Now Bucko getting ready for this B take. He can hear the players walking next to them, but can they spot him out in time? The flash is gonna come out, but he's gonna see two and he's gonna pick them up. The flash was too close to him, he could still see.
Oh my god, can someone stop Bucko? How does he do it every round now? And he's warmed up. It's 6 rounds. He's already warmed up. He's ready. He's going. We have the resurrection available now for Fat Nosehead as well. But man, he just... The amount of patience there, even with the flash being thrown, him just waiting for someone else to push, someone extra to go through and to then shoot. That is exactly what you'd like to see in a situation like that. It looks...
That goes there.
It's just like every time Bucko survives, it's a little bit more difficult for 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 UCC to really push through.
But look at this in comparison to the last few rounds. The UCC side have decided not to just like stack up on one bomb site. They've spread out across the map, just trying to find picks. Because the last few times they've gone for 5-player executes, they haven't really gone their way. But it's gonna start off with Milk finding one early kill, which sees the rest of his team start to rotate to A. They know the Ace bomb site is a little bit weaker now, but the UCC or the NCI side have started rotating over already. And Milk is going to find the second kill to open up the bomb site as he starts to push on.
Yeah, and there it is. That amount of patience probably wasn't expected from NCI. They played it really smart, using Milk on the sideline to get a kill. Anyone who's alone is going to die facing Milk, as we've seen time and time again. Bucko, yet again, trying to make something happen. This time gets it again! No way he's going to get it 3 times in a row, right? It's just... I do not believe it.
Just unlucky timing there. He threw down his tripwire, but it is going to get taken down by a Sova Dart. Now, I do believe NCI may be trying to save here. It's a bit risky for the 2 players to both be pushing from the same angle against 4 players. I think they're just going to save. They have a bit of cash behind the rest of their teammates. They can afford a save here, as they are still in the lead, so they're just going to keep their guns. But Bucko's going to pick up one more extra gun off of the side of UCC. Just to bring down their economy a little bit more. And if you look at the economy of UCC, it's not looking great, so that gun would have been a great help to Milk.
Cage triggered.
Yeah, a bit of an unnecessary push, I'd say. You know, he wants to find Milk, but it's a lot more dangerous for him to peek that than it is for Bucko to just wait and see whoever shows up. Yeah, I don't think it was really necessary. They had to run in the pocket. It's a bit of almost a greedy play, but yeah, unfortunately didn't work out for them. And Bucko making sure he at least gets one more, and as you were saying, that economy not looking too well for the side of UCC, who still managed to full buy though, so they're not in too much of a pickle.
Now we're going to see the UCC side start to stack over towards B again, after winning that previous round, just trying to see what they can do. We're going to see a Sova Dart from Yell hit into the bomb site. He's not going to find anyone just yet, but we're now going to see the fast push onto the bomb site, but Bucko isn't ready. And he's going to get taken down by Linny Boy to the entry. That's a big loss early into this round. Linny Peaks is going to get taken down by Bloob though. Nero's going to find one onto Ian to bring it back to a 3v4. They're going to take down another. And it's going to be a 2v3 retake. Fat is doing his best to bring this back down to a fair fight, and he reses to bring it back to a 3v3. Two players from UCC are deciding to both just sit in hookah. They have elbow walled off, so they have to decide what they're going to do here.
Milk just manages to find these singled out people. Cypher uses his ultimate, make sure that they know where they are. It's again Bucko still being alive, so it could be interesting in the end. Gets one, doesn't get the second though, and there it is, Milk just waiting on the sidelines, making sure that nothing special happens this round. We have even out the score.
Now, this is definitely a closer game than we saw last week, with both teams putting up 4 rounds in the first 8 rounds, so this could be a very close game.
I'm hoping for it, man. These clutches, these 1v3s is what I like to see. That is what makes a close game for me. Let's keep them going. Just keep them going, lads. Keep it up like this. Milk as well. Consistently finding those entry frags by himself. He even was all the way back because of the teleporter, walked all the way around and then managed to fight someone there. So they are looking for another A take, and I think NCI know exactly what is going to go on. Should be wary though.
No, Fat Nose on the stage just decides.
Milk's gonna be slow with the slow orb. And
Fat Nose just decides to, throw that wall up, just stop the push from Showers. But we're gonna see the breach push up into Showers just behind the wall. Get ready to throw out a flashbang, and if this flashbang could be big, he throws out his ult, and he's gonna find 2, I believe. Or he's gonna catch 2 in it. Tilt is gonna miss his shots, and he's gonna have to fall back. He gets tagged up and gets chased down by Milk. He's gonna open up this round. A lot of trouble.
And Milk again finding the opening shot, making it a bit of an unfair 4v5. But the aggressiveness has stopped as Fat Nose that actually managed to pick up air at the back end of this one. Still trying to win this gunfight, but Smoke's start.
Shock dart. Take it
Gloob
out.
is finally gonna find a kill with the shock dart,
Open them
bring it
from
back to a
making sure
4v3.
see.
Revealing area.
Now starts the
One enemy
defuse.
remaining.
They're gonna kill 2, meaning the defuse is gonna be stuck. They're gonna find the final player, and the NCR are gonna pick up another round.
That shock dart was.
That shock dart kill was definitely necessary for them to open up that retake, get it down to a numbers advantage that they can be happy with, and just one person hold the bomb while everyone else just holds off anyone that peeks.
Yeah, it was really nice. Didn't expect that to kill actually, but did just enough damage, and the health bars were actually really low from a good spray from Fed Noset. And after that, looks to be a lot
Let us
easier
hunt.
to, you know, go through that retake, make it happen, and make sure that they don't lose any more members. That means that it's gonna be UCC trying to shake things up a little bit, pushing their way towards B. Always keep your eyes on Milk, of course, being, you know, by himself trying to pick anyone off, but this time doesn't happen because the wall stops any further aggression from happening.
After the noise being made at A, Linny and Milk have both rotated over to B main. They haven't made any noise just yet. They don't know what's coming. So will Gloob and Bucko be able to know? But Milk is going to find the first opening kill onto Gloob as he uses his immortality to push on the bomb site. He runs right past Ian. But Ian just knows that Milk walked past him. He turns around and finds the kill. Ian picking up 3 in the round. Holding on that, making that bomb site just even more secure. Now it's down to a 2v2 with Yell finding the kill onto Bucko.
Nowhere to run.
Gonna see Sova put out his ult.
One enemy
Oh.
Tilt and Nodes are gonna be able to hold the bomb site. They know where they are. They put the bullets where they need to be, and that's gonna seal the 10th round in NCGuy's favor.
Yeah, they're playing this absolutely beautifully. You know, the rotation was good. It was on time. They knew exactly what's going on. You were saying they heard them. Rotation was immediately after. Even after Milk, you know, got that opening frag yet again, didn't really matter because it was NCI just ready for the push afterwards and making sure that, you know, no retake was gonna happen. Ian actually just popping off with the 3k.
Shock dart.
Ooh, ultimate actually from Laney Boy. He does manage to get it off this time.
And we're gonna see some early pressure onto the A bomb site. Nose is gonna find the kill onto Liddy Boy, and another onto Milk. That's the 2 top fraggers from UCC down very early into the round. Liel is gonna fall too, leaving it in a 2v5 situation from this A push. Ian knows where they are. The Sova Dart is going to give them away. They can see through that tripwire, and they're going to spray and get the kill onto Nero, leaving Irla on his own.
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, we've seen clutches before. It might as well happen, but this time... Oh, there we go. This time it isn't. It's going to be Ian finding the headshot, and a flawless victory for them.
round in the hash.
And we saw a lot of back and forth at the beginning of this match. However, now it looks like it's really NCI showing up, making sure they win round after round. I think they are on a 3 or 4 round win streak at the moment. And then after that as well, it's going to be UCC on defense, which, keep in mind, they decided to go on attack first. So I'm curious to see how that one changes around. But first, one more round to go, as we're looking towards a B push this time.
Players from the UCC side have decided to spread out once again, see if they can play for a few picks. Maybe pick off a player that decides to, you know, just be a bit aggressive, push a bit too much. See, we can see Fat just sitting on the far side of Showers, just waiting to wall off if he hears any footsteps. So after learning his lesson from the round that he decided to peek Milk and Showers and got taken down by Liddy. So we're going to have to see, now they're deciding to rotate over to the B-bomb site. Haven't seen too much entry just yet. Shock Dart's gonna come out and knock Erla down a little bit. The jump out of Gloob is gonna spot out Erla. He knows he's there now. So will the call come from NCI that there's going to be a push? The smoke is gonna go out. We now see Killjoy beginning to rotate, but second guesses himself. We're gonna see 3 players on the side of NCI now on the B-bomb site. 40 seconds left on the clock. UCC are gonna have to make a decision here.
There's still 2 people on A side. It's not perfectly defended. They could just push through this and overtake
30 seconds
the B
left.
side. Now the rotation starts to happen. However, Sage still waiting on the A side. It's gonna be Bucko and Nero closing it around. Very good trades going 1 for 1, both sides. Pooch doesn't come through with a beautiful collateral going through the wall. Excuse me, a wall bang.
12 seconds left. The clock.
10
Bomb is
seconds
down
left.
on the site. If they want to survive this round, they need to get the bomb down. Can Milk manage to get the spike down with 4 seconds remaining? He manages to. Finds the kill onto Tilt. Bring it back to a 2v1 in a round that really looked not going like it was not going their way. It's all on Fat, who has his res and gets Ian back up to a 2v2. Need to find the picks here. Milk is going to decide to push elbow. Fat is going to find the first onto Linny Boy. Now can they find Milk? They will. And they will get the defuse. Putting 8 rounds on the defending side for NCI.
Yeah, it looked a bit iffy whenever Till was trying to get a wallbang through like a big metal box, but his teammates have his back. He gave the information, made sure that they know everyone, where everyone was. Milk, you know, surviving a little bit longer than he probably should have, but it doesn't matter in the end. It is gonna be NCI making sure that they win the round, and we finally see a swap of defense and offense, and I'm actually genuinely curious how both of these teams play around this, because from their picks, you'd expect them to have a preference towards the opposite sides, but we'll see that throughout these rounds.
You see side of NCI on their first attacking round start stacking up just outside the B bomb site. They have 1 player over towards mid just to watch to see if anyone decides to play aggressive. Side of UCC, we're gonna see holding the spike. They're trying to just be as quiet as possible, not give away their position, but the Sovitar is going to tell them that there's at least some interest in the B-bomb site. 3 players on the side of UCC have decided to hold it in comparison to NCI's 2. So will NCI be expecting this amount of strength in a defense? The flashbang's going to come out fast. Fatnose is going to get flashed and have to take cover. Tilt still pushing in. Milk hasn't decided to rotate over yet. Nero still waiting for them to push in.
Yeah, Linny also waiting on the sideline, fairly smart. So is Nero actually, getting a headshot on Bucko, and I think that means they have to give up on this bomb take. Yes, they're looking to rotate over, but I think UCC should know kind of what's going up.
Yeah, as we see Sova on the side of UCC smelling a rat, deciding to rotate over, just get some more strength onto the A bomb site after they just noticed, you know, a lack of presence from NCI pushing onto B after losing their first player. If they are going to spot out them, their call is going to come, and you can see the rotate from UCC being very quick. Milk is going to find the first onto Fat Nose, is going to find a second onto Ian.
Yeah, they didn't check their corner there, which was really unfortunate. It's probably going to mean that they're going to lose this round surely on time pressure. No, actually, they managed to pick up one. So 2 versus 3, 1 versus 3. It's near sanity. Well, doesn't really matter. It gets cleaned up by Erlo anyway. Making sure that Kloop, you know, doesn't have an answer towards this.
Unlucky pick there. Ian just getting picked off right at the beginning of the round. Just to open, or sorry, it was Bucko, I believe, who got taken out right at the beginning, or was it? On the
Bucko,
side for Bucko got taken out right at the start of the round. Not what you want to see from someone who's been very an impactful player on the side of NCI, but will attempt to take B bomb site once again. They have decided to go mid. So we will be assuming that they're going to go for it, but as you see now, the defense of UCC has changed. They've actually decided to not put the 3rd player onto the B bomb site.
I actually really like this from NCI. I want to see them push in though as soon as they have that information available, as soon as they know. No, it's going to be Milk immediately rotating. How does he know, actually? The fight immediately happens, but it's going to be Linny Boy with a bit more firepower. Gets his sidearm and picks that up as well. 2 headshots back to back. Finally a response from Fat Nosehead. Making sure that's not too bad, but of course Milk making sure that it's not going to be a fair fight at all. Picks up 2 back to back himself. And it's just a 1v4, which, you know, half health as well. I don't think this one's gonna happen, but never count anyone out. Oh, there it is. Milk. Making sure his 3k is on the board.
Milk, of course, just not hearing anything over the A-bomb site. Now, you'll notice that when When UCC were on their attacking side, they would throw, you know, smokes or flashes towards the bomb site they weren't going on, just to, you know, say, hey, we might be here, you know, just, you can't just leave, because we might actually still be here. With all of the players from NCI going to B and not really throwing anything onto A, Milk was able to deduce from the lack of noise and the lack of any presence from NCI that, okay, I think they're going to go B. I'm going to rotate, and I still can rotate back to A if it is A, but I'm going to assume it's B.
Yeah, and actually, you know, those assumptions can bite you a little bit now because it's a spread, right? NCI have decided we're not going to push one side, we're going to make sure that our presence is everywhere, and then they have to guess. And hopefully, if we guess correctly as well, if we're going to find any openings. But for now, it's going to be Ian in bathrooms actually by himself. Could be able to get a nice position for himself for that entry frag. However, Milk finding the first person, uses the Empress as well.
We'll notice Yell on the side on the Sova on UCC as well has been rotating back through their spawn constantly from A to B, because they're just unsure where they're going to be coming from. So he just doesn't know where he should be, but I think they're now getting a call that's a bit of an A push, as we also see the Cypher start to rotate over as well. Without a frag on the side of NCI, they're going to be going up against a 4-player defense here.
4v5, it is winnable as I always say, but let's see, 1-for-1 trade. Still actually gets a second one immediately
30
after.
seconds left.
Meaning that this could be the prime time to take this side as well. Rotation finally coming over, making this fight a little bit more even. Bucko is actually really low, so I'm not sure how much he can provide in these fights. And the shock dart, even if it finds him, could take him out.
Bucko knows there's one in lamps. He's also low. The smoke is going to come out and he can't see, or the flash is going to come out and he can't see him. But his teammate is there to back him up, bringing it down to a 4v1. The side of NCI, though, not looking too great in terms of health. And Linny is going to spray down 2. Even if he didn't win the round, he still took out 2 guns on a side that aren't really doing too great money-wise.
For sure. I believe... No. Yeah, you are correct. They... think can still full buy. I'm not entirely sure. They need to force buy some guns for themselves. We see a Sheriff for Tilt, some subs for Fat Nosehead. So you are completely correct in that money is going to be tight. So no full buy available. And looking how that spread worked last time, I'm curious if they're going to try it again or if they're just going to go for a full A push.
Look at the buy on the side of UCC as well. They've also decided to go with a bit of a scrappy buy up, basically centering it around Milk with his full bot weapon. So we're gonna have to see here whether this gives either team an advantage here.
Yeah, a lot of patience actually shown from the side of NCI. No one really finding each other and not really sure what bomb side it is gonna be. A lot of things do come down, however, as the camera. Maybe not. I mean, it's gonna spot someone's gonna be an A side, but I think that's a bit of a given at this point. First shots are gonna be fired, but just a little bit of damage. No kills coming through just yet. Oh, actually,
gonna find the opening kill onto Ian to bring it to a 4v5. This is what they needed last round. Obviously, buying up around that gun from Milk just means that they're putting a little bit of trust in Milk. You know, just need him to pick up a early few, maybe even 1 or 2 kills early. But Tilt is gonna find a refrag onto Irla, bring it to a 4v4 with that Sheriff. So gun is gonna now fall into Yell with that Marshall, but
30 seconds
the
left.
scrappy buys from both teams means that either team could really win this round from nowhere. Only 1 player on B, they decide to go, but if they need to go fast before the rotation comes out. 4 players from UCC are now starting to rotate through the CT spawn, and they're going to be able to reinforce this. Spike is going to have to get planted, but Lenny was ready and waiting for it. Gloob is going to find one onto Milk, and Tilt is going to find another, but Bomb is down on the site. Lenny has it in his sights, so they aren't going to be able to make any more progress here. But Bucko is going to make sure to pick up the kill, and it's going to both teams are going to lose 4 players each. But UCC ultimately are going to win out the round and be the team that are going to be full buying.
I think what you're saying there is like the prime suspect of what went wrong there. You were saying like they need to push now. There's not a lot of time. However, they used their utility trying to spot someone out, didn't spot someone out that was actually there, then pushed, and got basically overrun by Linny, who they expected to be somewhere else entirely. So they didn't have the time to think, and then it kind of just went all to the wayside as Winnie just goes around the corner and picks them both off, which was really well played by him. But it's a bit unfortunate, for NCI not being able to finish this round off for them. We do have a B push this time, which has been a while for NCI. So I'm trying something new.
He's going to use his teleport to spot out the players. But he's going to get fragged out by Bucko, who heard him go for his ultimate on the bomb site. He did get the information, but he lost his life for it. Milk finds a kill on the Fat Nose Head to bring it back down to a 4v4. There's also the Sage down, so there will definitely not be any Sage resist this round. Spike has been now planted. Recon Bolt is going to give away Bucko's position. Can any of the players on UCC find a frag here? Bucko decides to spray wild, finds one, but Milk and Yell are going to pick up one each. Bringing it to a 2v3. Bucko and Gloob both peek and find Villa. Gloob is going to find another onto Nero. It's all on Milk.
He hears them. I think they think they're already safe, but no, someone's still waiting. It's gonna be Cypher. They now know where Milk is. This should be that for them, and there it is, Bucko finding him. At the end there, I was sweating a little bit, but Milk not being able to clutch it out on that one. Meaning we have a 10-7 score, and I want to note very quickly that they killed Linny's, ghoul or ghost or whatever you want to call it, before he was actually teleported there. He could have cancelled it afterwards, of course, but I think being a little patient there and hoping that he just goes through all the way and killing him afterwards would have been a bit of a better play. However, they still managed to clutch out round, so it didn't cost them too much in the end.
I'll find them.
Luckily.
Now, you'll notice that they are going to decide to buy up on the side of UCC, and Linny's going to throw his paranoia out straight away and find the kill onto Gloob, fall back and make this round just straight away in the favor of UCC. Now that force buy makes a little bit more sense with Linny obviously picking up that first kill, just trying to pick someone off. Yella's going to make a questionable choice to peek short with the shotgun. He's going to lose a bunch of health for it. But Ian is going to pick a frag up onto Linny, which just brings it back to a 4v4. Linny getting paid back for. Milk going to find two, pushing out of Hookah down mid, and looking like a bit of a dire round for NCI here.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how often Milk just walks up, gets the 2k, and then just walks away. However, they seem to be winning in the end there, as Fat Nose actually gets a resurrection off as well. So it's a 3 versus 3. Let's see if they actually are going to be able to force this B side. Milk actually rotates over towards A, expects them to rotate the same way. Oh, Ian Ghost got killed, but he's still going to be alive. He's going to be fine. Notices where the Cypher is. Be very valuable information for this push, but it does mean that Milk's going to be rotating backwards. Be a little bit too late though. Bucko gets 2! He is on a rampage, and Ian just... Oh my god, Yeldar! The turnaround shotgun shot! Not enough, unfortunately. Was not expecting that. Bucko cleans it up.
Bucko there, just going MVP for NCI once again. Picking up 3 frags in a round that looked a bit dire for them after getting that res from Fat Nose. So... NCI now looking quite solid with their money, all full bought up with decent cash behind them. They have money for another round even if they lose this one, and they only need 2 rounds to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, looking at a force buy as well from UCC, of course, they don't want to lose this round and, force it towards a tiebreaker as best. They need to win this one if they want an easier road to victory, but it's looking a little bit dire, and since this B push actually worked every time, you see, notice that
4 players are stacked up here. Fat Nose finds 1, but they're gonna find 2 in return. Gloob is gonna get the refrag, but it's just a frag. It's just frag after frag here. 2v2 left. Both of the players from UCC rotating over to the B bomb site. Yella's gonna get taken down by Tilt, and it's all on Milk with this. I believe that's the Spectre. No, it's the. I can't remember with the gun. Stinger. Well, Milk, it finds Bucko, who is low, manages to just kill him with the Stinger. Not the weapon you want for a fight like this, but it still will work out if he needs to when he sprays down and finds the clutch.
Nothing to me.
Milk is so... He's playing so well as well, man. And at a situation like that, you know, would it be me? I just push forward and try to get the kill. Milk just picks a little bit, make sure that he knows where to aim, and then goes for it completely, swings to the side, gets the headshot as well, and that makes it the clutch for Milk. And we're not done just yet. That force buy worked out perfectly for them. They have a bit of econ back, as I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be Vandals and Spectres across the board.
But we're gonna, as I said in the previous round, NCI of course had a little bit of money saved, so they aren't looking too out of it in this round. They have a full buy in retaliation, so all they need is just one round win to put them to match point. Makes them a little bit safer than UCC here, but Milk is gonna find a very early kill onto Ian, which is not what you want to see if you're NCI trying to, you know, put this to a match point.
Definitely is not. Milk also smart. He decides to stay with A because they don't really have full information on what is going on here. And I think a good assumption would be to go A. Be a little careful though. It's going to be toilets, 4, tilt.
I see Irla now just listening for any noise, getting ready for his tremor, getting ready for his flash, just whatever he needs, just getting ready. I'm pretty sure he has his, yeah, he has his ultimate readied up. It's gonna go out, the tremor's gonna follow. Will he know Gloob is behind this box? Will he check? He decides to fall back, doesn't need to peek. They found the 2 kills so far. The 5v3. Getting ready to throw out the tremor, but isn't too sure. He's gonna go out into short, but it's not gonna find anyone. Gloob now followed up by Bucko, both peeking through from short, are gonna find one onto Irla to open up the bomb site. They need to go big here, 2 kills apiece if they want to win the round. Reyna, sorry, on Reyna is gonna use the Empress buff.
10 seconds
Bucko's
left.
gonna back into the teleporter by accident, I believe. I think they're deciding to save.
Oh. Oh, Bucko actually gets through. Oh, Bucko! Oh no, it's not Bucko. Sorry. Yeah, that teleport was either intentional or they kind of, you know, decided, or he accidentally went in and then afterwards decided that, you know what, they don't have enough time. Let's just not do it. Save their weapons. They're still looking for that match point, but for now it's gonna be UCC holding the line, making sure there is still that 13 and 11 victory available to them.
Now, if we just take a look at the econ for UCC, you'll notice that 2 players on their squad don't actually have money to buy up in the event of a lost round here. But Milk has decided to buy up Irla. So that Irla keeps his cash. Linny is going to peek out mid once again like he did a few rounds ago, and he's going to find the kill. Just these early frags from UCC are making it impossible for NCI to get anything together.
Not a lot of ultimates available either for NCI, only having the Hunter's Fury.
Not only that, they just lost one of their ultimates when Killjoy fell. And we're not going to see the res up just yet on Fatnose, who's 3 points away. Linny's going to find a second onto Fatnose's head.
No charges. Cover going out.
They're looking to be a little bit stuck. You know, they can't really push. They're already behind 2 members. They don't really see an opening either, and it could be that all they need is a good opening opportunity. And Teleporter actually could provide that as they're rushing towards A, but it's gonna be Irla actually waiting for that. They notice it, immediate rotation. First gush does come down as the smoke stops any further aggression from happening. However, the shock dart is actually yet again making a lot of work. Milk finding one, and it's gonna find another as well. An easy retake at that point, getting the defuse down, and 11 and 10 will be the score we're looking at.
You failed. Now 3.
Yeah, this is definitely a very close game here from these 2 sides. You know, and this is obviously a best of 2 series, so not only are we going to have to see which team takes this map, but we're going to get to see another map directly after on Ascent. Last week's game on Ascent, of course, was a landslide victory, so we didn't get to see it for very long, but maybe these teams will be able to, you know, put on a clinic like they are right here on Bind.
It's looking very well for both of these teams.
But as we were saying in the intro as well, this is definitely a showing that rank does not mean anything. You know, UCC here sitting with 2 Immortals on their side, with I believe the highest rank on the NCI side being plat. But you know, NCI, of course, a few of or I believe it was Bucko admitted to not really playing ranked that much. So rank really doesn't mean a lot here in a tournament setting. Now, Milk and Irla are gonna find 2 early frags. Milk is gonna pick up a 3rd. Dell is gonna pick up another, with Bucko only finding 1. Bringing it to an 11-11 scoreline. The next match brings us, next round brings us to match point. With NCI not really having much money on them either. Gloob is really they have enough to maybe force a full buy here with maybe minimal armor. But they're gonna have to make a decision here. Do we let them get match point and go for the overtime, or do we buy up and try to stop it? And they seem to be going for the buy it up option, with giving Bucko the Vandal rather than Tilt. I believe that to be the best decision, seeing as Bucko has been going big with his frags here. Now look how cautious NCI are here to push up the mid, with Linnyboy rushing out a few times and catching one of the NCI players off. They've decided to just sit back and wait, give it a second. You know, if he does decide to throw out that paranoia and peek, they're not going to lose a player.
And Mill immediately responds to this and rotated over mid. He didn't see any utility using A, and then just walks over, making sure that this isn't an easy take for the side of NCI. And now it's just a matter of fact who gets the first opening. It's gonna be Linnyboy. Gonna get a second through the cage as well. And it's looking really dire for the side of NCI. Match point gonna go over with a 4K to UCC.
NCI just not showing enough map presence there. They're giving up all of the map to UCC, not even saying, hey, I'm over here, and then, you know, rotating, you know, maybe even just jumping through a teleporter just to throw them off, you know, do something to make noise, just to make them be like, hey, we can't, you know, commit to a B hold with 3 or 4 players, because they could be faking it with just 1 or maybe even 2. But NCI have just decided to stack that B push, meaning and very early into the round as well. They do have a lot of round time left, is what I've noticed. They need to really consider with their options here, play down the timer a bit more, see if they can find some picks, as we see some smokes come out from the NCI side. We see the teleport.
Gets cancelled.
Ian gets the information he needs. He knows where 1 player from UCC is. We can't find the kill. Poco's gonna enter in and find the first kill. He's gonna use his ultimate to find out where the rest of the players are. He sees that there's 3 players still on the A site, as we see the rest of them start to rotate over now, but Bomb is gonna go down.
Milk again finds someone in toilets, making sure that again someone who's gonna be alone and finds Milk is just gonna lose this one. See if he can make miracles happen. For now, it definitely looks like it. It's the armor and the overheal available to himself. Just retake. Oh, Milk! No, don't do it to the Milk! Gets the 3K. Not gonna get the ace. Finally gets taken down, but Fat knows that not gonna be enough. It's gonna be UCC with the first map win.
That was a very close to being a 3-man spray down there on the side of Fat Nose. The 3 players from UCC stacking up, but just not being able to find the 3rd of those kills. UCC are gonna take map 1. And as we move over to Ascent, we're going to have a 5-minute interval before the next round. Sorry, the next match. And we will be right back with even more Valorant action.
You don't know the things I do to make you feel right, make you feel alright. And everything you wanna know, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Spreading for so long, spreading for so long. Do you feel right? Do you feel right? This is all I wanna know. Are you telling me that you'll be by my side when I wake up at night? Oh, and everything you wanna know, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. I love the city lights when you never look so bright. Oh, this is all I wanna know. Tell me you feel alright. Tell me you feel alright. Show me your face, don't push me away. You wanna feel right, you wanna feel right. Show me your face, don't push me away. You wanna feel right. Are you telling me that you'll be by my side when I wake up at night? Oh, and everything you wanna know, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. I love the city lights when you never look so bright. Oh, this is all I wanna know. Tell me you feel alright. Tell me you feel alright. You know you're so bright to me. You're the source of love for me. So tell me that you'll be by my side when I wake up at night. Oh, and everything you wanna know, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. I love the city lights when you never look so bright. Oh, this is all I wanna know. Tell me you feel alright.
Okay.
West up east side. Heard about me, told lies.
Hello, we are back with our second match of Valorant for this evening. We had some issues in the break with one player not showing up on the Riot Game servers. He was stuck in online even when his PC was reset and turned off. So he couldn't actually join the lobby, but that has all been fixed. Now we are back. The match started and we had some issues. The server still said it was bind even though we swapped to Ascent, but we're all back in and we're going to see an early attacking round from the UCC side. They're going to find a pick early, but they're also going to lose one. Both Silver players down now as Ian tries to hold off the UCC attack, but he won't be able to find anyone. A lot of bullets flying, not a lot of people dying. Bucko finds one onto Linny as the door gets broken. Bomb starts to get planted.
Spike planted.
Yeah, looking to teleport over Ian. Trying to retake this side. Milk still up and available, so it's gonna be a bit more of a difficult one as Milk does disgusting. Through the smoke actually tags him up. Could be more than enough damage to make this happen. Gets one headshot. Can he get a second? Needs to reload for a second. This has to be a winning fight. He completely misses it and Milk gets a freebie on that one.
Yeah, a good round from UCC there, just pushing on and taking that round. Now, in the interval, of course, we had a few issues, so we are back. We didn't really get to do much of an intro into the second game because of a bit of a server issue, which once we started the game lobby up. It told us that we were still on bind, and of course we had to, start restarting the server and stuff, but then the game loaded in and it was Ascent, so we were just able to rejoin as the observers and get in before the first round started. So we are back into match 2 with UCC, of course, taking match 1 on bind, a 13-11, so we're gonna have to see if this match is also a very tight scoreline. Milk is gonna find a dink early on to Ian, but he's not gonna find the kill.
Still pushing towards through mid towards that B side. I think they wanna overtake this one and to do it smartly. They actually can get some of the rotating members. Milk has so much information to work with. There is one. He needs to be careful though because someone is on the sideline. It's gonna be Linny backing him up on that one, getting a headshot with his sidearm, and that means that it's gonna be a 4 versus 2 at the moment. And
look at this decision from NCI. They sent all of their players into CT to stop rotations through both of the the CT or the defenders entries into the bomb site, but while doing that they left the bomb site completely open, which means UCC could have just walked on and planted if they really wanted to.
yeah, it kind of looked like, after Linny started popping off, it's a free game. However, this does mean that there's a bonus round for the side of NCI now. They can full buy and the side of UCC cannot. They are stuck on their subs mostly. Actually, no, they did force buy themselves as well. So we see some half armors and some phantoms going through. That does mean if they lose this round on the side of UCC that they actually are going to be in a lot of economical trouble. But let's see how that one works out for them.
Now, in terms of setups of both teams, we're not seeing too much of a change. We are seeing a raise on the side of UCC this time.
Oh. Ying gets dinged down fairly low through the wall. Needs to be careful, walks away back to the A side. And again, it looks like UCC just has a freebie to mid. This time they decide to go towards A instead of B. See if they can get any more. Yes, it's going to be Eldar picking up Bucko, and immediately it looks like NCI is struggling a little bit more. Finally, Gloops finds something, but it's not nearly enough damage to the side of UCC. They're forced by, did work out.
One enemy
The
remaining.
door is going to be closed, excuse me, and the 1v4 scenario is, well, it's going to be stopped by Milk.
We did see Milk just there using the immortality that Reyna has in order to peek around that tripwire, sorry, the cage to spot out Bucko on that A short position and use, give that information to his teammate who was able to just peek out and take Bucko out. So very good use of Reyna's immortality there. We are round number 4 now, with UCC taking the first 3 rounds on Ascent. Now, of course, this was NCI's choice of side, and they chose defense, so they will have to. We're going to have to see whether they can turn this around here. Still not a full buy out of them. Bit of a full buy last round, but it lost it, putting them back down to
No more
a
charges left.
bit of a light buy. Bucko's going to get tagged up in mid through the smoke.
Here.
Trying to find him. Paranoia is gonna go out from Omen. He's gonna catch Bucko, but it's not gonna end up in any kills.
Bucko just trying his hardest to do what he can with the classic. I can tell you it's not going to be a whole lot. Come not being doing too much against the face of a Phantom or a Vandal. However, it means that they've only lost 1 member for now. Could be looking towards a free push up in A. The Sage
Blue
is
trying
all
to
by
go for
herself.
that headshot, but just whipping it, and he's gonna find the kill onto Fat Nose Head, which is gonna open up the A bomb site. But will they know that there's no one else there? They push on. They realize that it's open. They're gonna take the bomb site, but Milk is gonna find Glue before they even get there.
One enemy remaining.
Milk's gonna find another,
Spike planted.
and he's gonna find the 4th of the round. 11 kills in 4 rounds so far.
See, Milk is finally warmed up, you know. I always, I know this could be a point of contention, but I always like warmed up milk more than I like cold milk. So, guess it's working out for him on this one. I'm sorry.
During the break, we had Milk and Bucko chatting in the in-game chat, and Milk was actually just giving, Bucko a shout out, say, telling him, said, I was actually surprised at how many of those nutty shots you hit in the previous game, so I'm gonna have to watch out for you. So they definitely know that Bucko on the side of NCI is a big threat to their team, but I just noticed Linny Boy get lit up through mid. I believe that was either Evan or Gloob there. Just managed to get a lot of bullets into Linny and put him down to basically no HP.
Chris, already, we're in round 4 and gets activated. Linny, like you were saying, still low, so it's a bit of a 4v5 scenario-ish as soon as that first bullet does land. Makes it a lot easier. Paranoia actually does a little bit of work as the smoke comes down as well. He's not gonna find it though. Cielder knows exactly what is going on. Spotted out where the Omen was gonna be. Make sure that he wins that team fight with Bucko. It's 1 in return. He gets responded to as well. Tilt actually finds one out, but doesn't manage to spray him down, and it's a 2v4, but lots and lots of low health bars could mean that it's a good opportunity for
Spike
Tilt
planted.
and Fat Noset.
The only player with full
One
HP
enemy
is
remaining.
Nero on the side of UCC, but it's not gonna matter. We will see Tilt find 1 kill up on Linny using those nanobots, but it's not gonna end in the round going the side of NCI. We're gonna see 5 rounds on the UCC side so far. We were hoping for more of a battle like we saw on the first map, but we may be seeing another landslide victory on Ascent, just like we did last week.
I certainly hope not. It's not over just yet, but 5 rounds is pretty damning this early on, especially after, you had your hopes off last game. You were almost there with that match point, and then you're giving it away as well. And then to start with 5 losses, it's gonna be a big mental hit, Hunter's Fury actually does come down, but it's not even needed as Lily Boy just finds someone on the side of that one. Just pushing up towards this A side, and that means a good take from the side of UCC and a plant. There we go, coming in fairly soon.
Spike
But the
planted.
crossfire is going to be set up on the open position. Linny is going to find Ian. But Ian's going to find Milk as a return. So it's down to a 2v4. It's still possible for NCI to win this round here. They just need to find a couple of players from NCI out of position. Tilt finds one, but falls to Irla. So we're going to have to see Tilt here pull off something amazing. They know where he is since he got that kill. So he tries to go for the raised platform, but just misses the jump. The Tremor's going to come out. He manages to dodge it, but can't find the kill onto Yell, who is approaching.
Man, it's so unfortunate. It just looks like UCC, who we know likes that attacking side, likes to play aggressive, is just kind of running them over, and NCI doesn't really have a response, and it's even worse when you think that NCI chose this side, like you were saying, they chose defense, and they're already 0-6. It's not looking too well for them. I'm not giving up hope just yet. Let's see what the economy is saying. Well, let's wait for another round to not give up hope just yet, because this one is gonna be very tough if they want to win this one. Just the pistols against the full buys of UCC. See, we can spot someone now. Well, the Sova at least has some shock darts, and the turret is ready.
Here.
Shot through the wall. That's actually a really cheeky move. I like that. Oh, actually, they get 1 kill on the handgun, so that's a good start for them. But see what they can get more out of this one.
Yeah, with an eco buy coming out of NCI here, any kill they can pick up is to their advantage. The gun is also down on the bomb site, so they are going to get a free gun for this approach. Nero's not going to see him, but Ian doesn't manage to find the kill. Nero does check his corner before pushing in. Oh, Tilt is gonna hear the footsteps coming from mid, but are they going B? It seems like they're
enemy
not. They're
remaining.
going towards A. Will they choose to save this gun? Milk is going to just dink him straight in the head after he finds the kill on to Yell, and that's gonna be it.
It's gonna be it indeed. And you know what? They got the kill with the mostly classics, so shouldn't be too unhappy with themselves. Let's see now the buys do come through. I think Ian should have enough.
Bit of an odd buy on the side of UCC here. They decided to go with 2 buckies with you know, still full money. So they may just be memeing a little bit, being 7-0 up. So, but this is the first op we've seen out of either team so far on Ian. So we're gonna have to see whether he's able to find a kill here with it. He misses the first shot. Starts getting sprayed down mid, so he can't do too much with it. But this is the first op we've actually seen.
You will not.
Yeah, it's actually fairly interesting. You think that, you know, both of these teams would be looking towards a bit more of those all plays as the resurrection actually did come down. So it still makes it a 4v5 or 5v5, excuse me. So there's now a 4v5. Fed knows that actually finding someone but gets sprayed down immediately. Showstopper hits.
Yeah,
Oh.
that Roomba not finding anyone, but he will find 2, one with the ult and one with his gun. Bring it down to a 1v5, and Yell's just able to walk on and spray him down with that Odin.
Oh, okay, they didn't get the bomb plant, so not a little bit more damage either. What's to say? I didn't expect this in the slightest, to be honest. It is actually really unfortunate that it starts this way, and I'm looking forward to when NCI is gonna find, you know, an opening, but it just looks like Milk is, you know, all over the place, trying to find off who he can find off, and even if you try to save a gun, it's gonna be Milk just waiting for you, making sure that you can't even get those little victories. Two shock darts do come down. We're still looking towards some buckies, but see how much damage that really does. Using the smoke to get himself forward, of course. For now, no one really finding each other. As the Roomba, half health, does a lot of damage. Bucko actually finds the first kill of the game. This could finally mean an opening, but the Empress, you know, kind of stops that hope immediately. Fed knows that could be it. Finds one. Not gonna get a second because it's gonna be the Bucky that makes sure it's not gonna happen.
Milk pushes up through short, gets behind the A bomb side, waits for Bucko to go to rotate around and finds that kill. It's all on Ian with just a classic against 3 players who are hunting him down. He has to go big here. He starts off and just does not hit the shot. Yell's gonna find the headshot straight onto Ian. That is going to be the 9th round on the side of NCI.
I mean, at this point, we're gonna start asking questions, right? What happened between, you know, the round swap or the map swap? Excuse me. Why did we have such a close map in these early game or in the first map, and now it's just a 9-0, just a complete run over from the side of UCC? It is not something I expected to happen by just a map switch.
It's very possible that NCI were hoping not to have to play Ascent this week. And we're hoping that maybe Ascent will get banned out, and, you know, they would play Haven or something, but, you know, didn't really, the picks and bans may have not gone their way, but Ian and Yell are going to find 2 kills early. Bucko is going to fall, and so is Milk, so the two top fraggers basically for each squad are going to fall, but Lydia's just going absolutely ham with that Bucky. He's finding kill after kill after kill, but can Fatnos find this kill into mid to bring it back to a 2v3? They do have Ian on site. Ian finds one. Can he find the second? He finds it. Spike is down on site. It's all on Linny with just a Bucky in hand. He has to find 2 kills in order to get the round in his favor. He hears one of the players from NCI move back onto the bomb site, but will they know he's pushing for mid? This close quarters really suits him. He spots out the head of Fatnose, but Fatnose is ready and lands the headshot onto Linny to finally break the win streak that UCC have had going and getting a round on the board for NCI.
Finally, the win streak is broken. Finally, hopefully, maybe we can even get some momentum for the side of NCI and see them winning a couple of rounds now. I think the Econ is more than strong enough. We see another Odin and another Bucky buy, so it looks like to be a legitimate threat. We've seen him pop off with the Bucky as well, getting 2-3 kills in some of these rounds. So for now, it's working out for him. It's very interesting. I kind of like it for the fact that you can stick to those corners. And okay,
well,
Fatnose.
Fatnose is gonna peek wide at the beginning of the round, find a pick, and not only that, he's gonna wall it off, just saying, "I'm taking this pick and I'm walking right away." We're gonna see now the ultimate come out from Yell. He's not gonna find anything. But the wall being up on the side of NCI, it just means that he's just slowing the push of UCC a little bit. That kill, of course, going their way. He's going to teleport into the back line and find one. Diddy is just going absolutely ham with this Bucky. Oh my god.
Oh, thank God.
Player remaining.
Oh, well, it's gonna be actually NCI with the response, a 2v1, making sure that the bomb is not gonna be planted, only 45 seconds remaining, and it's gonna be very hard to pick this one up as well. Just wait if Nero 70 has any response towards this. You know, he doesn't have a Bucky, so it's gonna be a little bit more difficult for him. The double C4, but he needs to get his gun, doesn't get it in time. It's gonna be
Ian managed to win that spray down with 1 HP remaining.
Round in the hash.
So NCI managing to pick up 2 rounds on the defensive side. Can they pick up a third so that it's only a 3-9 going into the second half, so that they don't have as much to climb?
no more Bucky, unfortunately, this round.
Yeah, now we're now with 2 rounds in the bag. I think Lydia's decided, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, they've won 2 rounds. Let's just put an end to this. I'm gonna go back to my Vandal. We're gonna try some proper executes. Now, this round, now, Milk has already pushed in. Turret's gonna fall straight away. Flash is going out. Tilt is gonna find a kill onto Liddy, though. They're now gonna spot out on that Sova. Milk finds the first frag onto the bomb site. It's a 4v4. All players from NCI have rotated around now. We're gonna see Ian rotate, but he can't find the kill onto Yell, who was just going absolutely monstrous with that Odin. Bucky finds one onto Yell to bring it back. Using his ultimate to spot out the rest of the remaining players. It's a 2v2. He can't find the spray down onto Milk, leaving it at a 1v2. Tilt has to go big here. Milk now just trading and just can't find the kill. Nero managing to spray down Tilt there, bring it to a 10-2 scoreline on the change of sides.
Switching sides.
So unfortunate that Bucko couldn't find that spray towards the end there. That could have changed the round, could have given them the 9-3. We're looking at a 10-2 now. Only 3 more rounds for UCC that they have to win. They have to defend, run down the clock, defuse the bomb, whatever they need to do. And then they will have that 2-0 victory. But maybe, you know, miracles have happened before, especially in games like these. Maybe it's all up to NCI to get it back and, you know, get the momentum going for themselves now that they're attacking.
Milk is just too much to handle here on the UCC side. 21 kills so far in 12 rounds. That's basically 2 kills every round so far. The side of UCC. I'm gonna go for the wall up in the spawn, but Milk is gonna read it and get Bucky and Fatnose, who went for those early peaks. That's just not what you need if you're NCI. Linny's gonna find one onto Ian, bringing it to a 2v5. Yell's gonna find one onto Tilt. And it's pretty much all over for NCI here. They need to find something. They need to figure out what is going on. The side of UCC have just started to rush straight into their spawn. Blue was trying to not make any noise at all. But he's gonna turn the corner just as Reyna's trying to chase him down. Will he hear Reyna find? He will. Finds one onto Yell. But misses onto Milk. He could have possibly actually won that round if they all just decided to rush him and he gets the 5k ace, but... Or, sorry, 5 headshot ace, but... It's just not going to work out that way. The scoreline's gonna change to 11-2. If you're NCI here, you're gonna have to figure something out and you're gonna have to do it fast.
Well, they're trying something else than last round. They don't have a lot of, you know... breathing room when it comes to figuring out what side works best and where are they now. They're deciding A, and unfortunately so does UCC. There's 3 people just waiting for them, so you have an immediate push through. Ian actually manages to get the first kill, so it is a good start for NCI. Let's see if they can continue this kind of momentum with that stinger in hand. Ian wants to just find another one. It's Linny. That's the shotgun again. Milk gets a headshot then. 3v4. It's not the end yet. But they really need to be looking for any openings. And it's only Milk finding them. His nearest enemy just gets a headshot with his sidearm. And that means this round is basically over. And we have match point for the side of ECC.
Match point.
No, I've used the Bucky in competitive play, and I've never seen it do that much. Affect a game so much. Linny Boy really just decided, I'm gonna pull out the Bucky this game, and it's just working in his favor. NCI can't figure out what to do. They just can't find the kills, and they just don't have armor to defend themselves against it either. They also finally have money to buy up here. But it may already be too late. They have to win 10 rounds in a row to bring it to overtime. They cannot slip up at all. Linny's gonna start pushing the smokes early on in this round. Will he manage to pick up an early kill? Smoke's gonna go out.
Very dangerous.
2 players from NCI both stacked up. Blinding. The blind is gonna go out. He finds one. He falls. So the Bucky is gonna end up on the ground. Maybe NCI are happy about that, but Irla's just pushed up behind them from A, spawn, and Milk finds 2 to end the game. 13-2 on the side of UCC. This is not what we expected coming out of match 1.
Man, we were hyped up, we thought exciting gameplay. We saw the map 1, and I don't want to take anything away from from NCI, right? Even though that map 2 wasn't something we would have liked to see, they played that map 1 fantastically well, especially compared to the rank difference that we're looking at. You were talking about before, rank doesn't mean too much if you're winning. Unfortunately, barely misses out on that map 1, and then map 2, maybe that is the rank difference coming out. Who knows?
Yeah, but if you look in comparison to the first game, just looking at Bucky's stats at the end of map 2 with only 6 kills in the entire game. Of course, Milk being the top fragger on the side of UCC with 28 in those rounds. The score,
My God.
it is a big, big difference there. So that is not what we were expecting. Now, this is 2 weeks in a row that Ascent has led to basically landslide victories. So we're gonna have to see whether teams decide that to go for Ascent, in the map picks and bans in the following weeks. Knowing now that I believe it was UCD and UCC both getting landslide victories on Ascent. Do teams actually bother going for Ascent? Like, do teams just ban out Ascent in games just to stop these landslide victories?
it is actually very noteworthy that it did happen on the Sun twice, and I think it's interesting. I wouldn't be able to tell you why. I do have good news though for most teams, since well, the new map should be coming soon. I don't know the entire date. I believe it's been out for a while now, so it should be fairly soon, and that gives more options, more opportunities to really expand the choices, because now you have two bands and then someone picks, and then unfortunately you're stuck with the last map because there's no options left. That opens up the pool a little bit, so that could help maybe close these discrepancies between these teams. But yeah, it was a run-through victory from the side of UCC on this one.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be it for us tonight. From Valorant, UCC have taken the match against NCI 2-0 after 2 games. Now, this isn't it from ICE this week, though. This is only the beginning. Of course, we brought you Valorant today, but tomorrow we have some more Rocket League action, which has been popping off the first 2 weeks. It's been very, very good to watch. Following that will be CSGO on Wednesday. I haven't had much time to catch it myself, but I will hopefully be able to catch a few games this week, and I hope you guys too. Thursday, we have League of Legends. You know, I've heard, once again, I haven't been able to catch too much League of Legends of the ICE this season, but I hope to catch some this week when I have a bit more free time. It's been popping off as well. And then finally on Friday, we have Rainbow Six Siege, and I will probably be back with you guys on Friday to cast some more Rainbow Six Siege. That is going to be all for us tonight. I have been Heltic, joined by Dutch Source, and we hope to see you again very soon.
I can't get enough. And I know that I'm not usually